Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Sterling Reads. I want to talk about some books that I finished and what I'm currently reading. I hope you all are doing well and enjoying whatever season you're having right now. We are into fall here and it's gorgeous. All the leaves changing and the chill in the air, and yeah, orange is my favorite color, so it's everywhere right now with the pumpkins. And so anyway, what have I been reading? So I finished, this is for the book club, which is November 6th. So it'll be coming up soon. Under the Cover of Mercy by Rebecca Conley. This is based on true events. It's about a British woman named Edith Cavell. She was the head of a hospital in Brussels, and this was 1914 during the war, and Germany took over, came in, and whenever her hospital took care of somebody who wasn't German, she could take care of them, kind of. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, do bare minimum and then turn him in and he'll be like a hostage. Not a hostage, but you guys, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so she decided she couldn't do that. She followed the do no harm. And so she did help British soldiers get back across the line. She didn't tell the Germans or report that they were in the hospital. And like I said, this is based on true events. So it's really heartbreaking what happens. Sometimes things aren't always a happy ending for people, especially when you're talking about war. The writing was okay. I hate to say this, the story was very important. I feel like it was something that I have never heard of her before, and I think it's important for people to know that throughout history there were figures that listened to their heart and their morals and values and didn't do what was always told of them, no matter what. So it was very good. But it reminded me of the book Night, where you got a lot of the information, but I don't know, I felt like the author didn't, I didn't feel like I was there. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a very good story. I felt like it was an important story to be told. Something that was fun that I finished. These are all library books, by the way. Black Cat Crossing by Kay Finch. This is the first book in a series. It's about Sabrina, who moves back to Texas. I want to say it's Lavender, Texas, to write her debut novel. She has family there. And of course, it's a cozy mystery. So there's a murder, but it's not like you really know who the person is or care. I mean, it's not funny how cozy mysteries are. I mean, it's murder that's happening, yet it's like, it's okay. And there's a black cat, Hitchcock, who is almost a main character, and so, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Something else from the library, TJ Power Has Something to Prove by Jasmine. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, so I'm just gonna stick it there. I really enjoyed this. It's a young adult, but it's about a strong, young Indian woman who is American, and she decides that she can be beautiful even though not taking care of her hair, her body hair. And I love that she went through her routine of everything that she has to do. I love her talking about her insecurities, because I'm a hairy person myself, so growing up, it's difficult. People bring attention to it, and yeah, I loved this, even though it was young adult, and you knew it was young adult when you're reading it. I loved the message in here, so it was definitely worth the read. I'm happy I read it. So another library book that I just started last night, and I'm almost halfway through, loving this, absolutely loving this. So finally, I found a book where there's a animal in it, and the animal doesn't die. And the reason why I know that Nala doesn't die is because I looked. This guy has a YouTube channel, Dean Nicholson. Um, I what is it called? Oh, I don't remember what it was called. But if you just type in Nala's World, you can find him on YouTube. And if you want to watch, he had a video 5 days ago where he's still traveling everywhere. Um, I love this so much. Not just because I do love cats and dogs, and he loves cats and dogs too, because he has picked up puppies too in here. And he's just a sweet guy. I really enjoy hearing his thoughts and yeah, learning about Nala and him and their experiences. So I'm really loving it. I need to go to the library and take the rest of the things that I'm finished back. Okay, a book of mine that I finished, and I love this series, absolutely love it. It's A Ghost of Caribou by Alice Henderson. Now, she has a new book coming out. This is the third book in a series. She has a new book coming out in the spring. I want to say April. This is about Alex Carter. And I forget where she is. I just finished this last night. Washington State. She talks about the mountain caribou in here. She doesn't just talk about that. She talks about how we're having an insect apocalypse. And my mom and I, we talk about this all the time, about how insects are disappearing and we don't see the birds that we used to see. And, we don't spray any chemicals. Even like with our household, we try to just use like vinegar and baking soda and, boric acid and more, gentle cleaning things. So anyway, I love how she talks about climate change. She talks about things in history. She tells you about the animals. I didn't know caribou's eyes change with the season, the mountain caribou. And they're extinct in the 48. So it's heartbreaking, that point. And I love that she's sending a message through these books. Yet you have a suspense. You have things going on. I was reading this at work and I was just like, oh, like I had to like, it's like, I just was like, oh, here I am at work. But because it was just something happened that was surprising to me. And I loved the ending. It just made me, I'm still like, I have a high from reading this book and the whole series. The first book I really enjoyed. The second book I loved. This one I loved even more. I can't believe it. So I'm so happy that I found her. So I'm looking for other authors that write this type of genre where it's like, I love that she's a strong, independent woman. She's intelligent. She has a good relationship with her father. I mean, which, you don't see a lot of the times. And yeah, it's great. So anyway, loving that. Something else I picked up. So right now I'm reading Nala's World. I started that last night, but I picked The Magic Mountain back up. And this is about Hans, who went to visit his cousin up in this sanatorium in the Swiss Alps. And he was just supposed to stay a little while, and he ends up staying 7 years. I'm like halfway through. I made a couple of videos about this a couple of years ago. This book has so many different, I feel like it has so many different hidden messages in there. 7 comes up a lot. There's points in the book where you feel like the author is talking straight to you, like you're having a secret conversation. Sedabrini, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's like a favorite character. He brings some humor to the book. It's funny because I set this book aside for a long time, And then I suddenly started to crave, like, I wonder what's going to happen with Hans. I left him sitting on a picnic table outside. So I picked it back up. And yeah, I'm getting ready to go to the library. So we will see what they have there waiting for me. And I just wanted to do a quick update. I hope everyone is doing well. Please let me know what you happen to be reading, if you're enjoying anything. And yeah, I hope you're having a happy autumn or spring or whatever season you're having right now. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.